To be prepared for what we came to, never. There's no way you could have prepared for that. It was like walking into Hiroshima.
The campfire was unlike anything that I have ever experienced, and we did go down there sort of wide-eyed, not really knowing what to expect, but we wanted to help.
That was my first time actually dealing with something like a wildfire, and the sheer chaos of it. You know, you can actually have an awe moment where you're kind of just stuck looking around, but you got to snap out of it quick and realize why you're there and what you're there to do.
It's real life, because ultimately, you know, you're stepping into somebody's life, and a lot of people were hurt. A lot of the officers there were just working day after day after day after day.
So many people in uniform, and just seeing in a good way, the amount of people that were there to help from all sides of law enforcement.
The group that came together for the campfire was a group of 80 people, and it was from, I believe, 6 or 7 different institutions.
It was wonderful to meet like-minded people that were there wanting to do whatever it took to make a difference.
The sheriff reached out to the California Department of Corrections and Rehabilitation for help, because he realized that 200 or something of his first responders had lost their homes, and all they had left was their uniform and the vehicle they were driving. He knew there was a much needed use for peer support, so he called out, and that's when Catherine Minnick put out the call to all the team leaders. So we actually got to ride around with those people that's what they had left, and talk to them while they were still working.
And just listening, just seeing how things were for them and what they experienced and what they had gone through.
One of the things that we recognized early on, I think the day of the fire, was that this fire, this event was going to have a significant impact on our people in terms of their emotional well-being.
Our job was to shadow other chaplains from other law enforcement agencies and to go out and kind of talk to the officers, law enforcement agencies that were already out in the field.
So in that small area, the PSP team coming, I was helping with first like animal rescue. The next time I was assisting with, you know, just road blockades because people were trying to go out, looters.
They sent me to East Facility where they had all the donations coming in. We sorted through so many donations. There were trailers full coming in. We had to sort everything, lay it out on tables so these people could basically come in and shop for these goods. Some people I played with their kids so they could shop. Others I could tell that they were pretty overwhelmed, and I kind of just took over and shopped for them.
When we first got there, it wasn't a warm welcome. You know, they were stressed, they were going through a lot of things. They didn't know who we were, but after a couple of days, then it started to change. Then they would see us and they'd wave and say hi and, hey, you want to go? Let's go up here. I'm going to go check this out. Okay, cool. And so we kind of started to become part of the team. Was also creating a situation where the people that were there build these bonds with individuals. I mean, I know there's several of the people that came up that still talk to people up there.
We can't change the tragedy. You know, we can't take away the pain, and we can't take away the loss and the destruction, but we can offer something. You know, we can offer compassion, and we can offer support, and we can offer resources. And I think that in any devastating situation, that's the best that you could possibly take out of it.
The mission is to help, right? The mission is to support. The mission is to get people out of harm's way, right? And that's the PSP team.
I don't feel like I deserve to be recognized. It's just kind of like a no-brainer to help.
The simple thank yous, just to opening up, you know, trusting us, trusting a complete stranger at that, with their issues and what they're battling. That was the reward in itself.
I don't feel it's necessary. I feel I was doing a minimal thing compared to what the people of Paradise, you know, the first responders in Paradise, Magalia, and that lost everything, they're the ones that deserve some kind of recognition.
It's an honor, absolutely. I mean, I feel very honored. It was very emotional, and there was a lot of loss, and feeling like I'm getting a praise and an attaboy for being there with people that lost so much and sacrificed so much. It's a little bit odd.
With all the negativity in this environment, it does help out. Shines a little light, you know, on this prison and on the institution. So yeah, it's pretty cool.
To have 80 people that have been touched in a way that, you know, no one else is ever going to experience something like this. You may have another disaster, but it's not going to be the same one. So the 80 people that are involved in this all have a bond.
In looking at like the whole fire, I felt like, boom, like we're here assisting people in a time that is really traumatic. But my true takeaway is that time is so precious, it's priceless. You know, how you spend your time is really important, right? So it changed my entire trajectory.
At CDCR, we don't typically get the opportunity to go out and help the public out in that manner. So for us to go outside of our local institutions was something that we've never done before. It was a pioneering mission, and being a part of that was a tremendous honor. By far out of my career, it was the most meaningful thing that I've done.
I'm glad that they're being recognized. I think that's very, very deserving of the recognition. They played an important role in our overall response. That role to help our folks deal with a horribly traumatic event. And again, I think that the work that they did back then is paying dividends as we move forward, and I'm grateful for that.